Welcome back everyone, this is some more Resident Evil 4 and this is Chapter 2-1.
Leon, it's been 6 hours since our last transmission. I was starting to get worried.
Don't you mean lonely? Anyway, I started to feel dizzy, and then I guess I must have lost consciousness.
Lost consciousness? Maybe that has some connection to what the village chief was talking about.
Can't say. But I'm alright now. I'm gonna continue my mission.
Okay, so this is the start of Chapter 2-1. Now, this chapter is relatively slow-paced compared to the previous 3 chapters we've just played. Chapter 1-1, you remember we had that nasty village fight there. There was even a chainsaw guy thrown in. Chapter 1-2, we had that rough fight at the start there, and I did that without the bolt-action rifle. And in that video, I stressed to you guys about, 50, 60 times, buy that rifle, buy that rifle. So, that was a rough fight. And Chapter 1-3, that was just an all-round action-oriented type chapter, a lot of fights there, especially that swampy plank area. And we fought Del Lago, the boss, as well. So, it's been pretty full-on up until now. And this chapter's sort of just a welcome relief, We can kick back, we can relax. There's not much happening here. There aren't going to be that many enemies. It's just a cruisy, sort of puzzle-solving chapter, what I like to call it, More puzzle-based things as opposed to action. So it's good just to have these chapters thrown in every now and again, you can just take a break from the action. So that's nice. And here's another fish section, actually. If you remember from Chapter 1-2, we encountered that fish pond, where I shot the fish and grabbed them. Well, this is another section as well, okay? So what I did was I just shot the fish there next to the wharf, and to get them you got to get on the boat and drive over the top of them, and you'll be able to pick them up. So here my attaché case is becoming really messy now. What I'm trying to do is keep that fish there, and I actually screw this up because, well, you'll see in a minute. Basically all I had to do, see that flash grenade there, just turn on its side and just put it down there, okay? But I was under the impression that that fish would be taking up the entire vertical column. So, at this point in the game, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. See, as you can see, I just backed out there and hesitating, picking it up again, and just thinking, and, like, fuck, and what am I going to do? So I decided to use that egg there, and I'm going to put that egg over there, and I put the flash grenade there. And as you'll see here, I put the fish in and realised that there are 2 free spots there anyway. So I was a little pissed off here actually, because I just used my white egg and I don't even believe that I needed to at all. I think I was on full health. But it was my fault, I didn't check the size of the fish, so I've got no one to blame but me. And knowing that, I was able to accept it and move on. Fuck, it still pissed me off though. But let's not get angry, let's continue and just focus on the game at hand. So we'll go through here now. Now we're going to be introduced to some new enemies. We haven't encountered them yet. I don't know what they're formally called, but I just like to call them the Parasites. So here we go, watch this guy. So as you can see, his head's just exploded and a parasite has come out. Now, easiest way to take these things out is throw a flash grenade. That's it, okay? So there you go, it is dead. Now there's just a regular Ganados up here, and I'm just going to disable him, go back and collect the gold here, 5,000, that's beautiful. Now this is just a regular one, but watch what happens, okay? When I kill him, watch what happens to his head. As you can see, he didn't die, a parasite came out, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys with the shotgun here. That was lucky, okay, one shot. Normally it can take anywhere between 3 to 4 shots with the shotgun, but if you get the aim just right, you can take it out in one shot. If I had the bolt action rifle, it would have killed it instantly, one shot. Same with the semi-auto sniper rifle, which we get later on in chapter 3-1. That will also kill them in one shot. Now, don't worry, not every single Ganados that you kill is going to spawn into one of these parasites. There's only a small chance that it will do so, and you'll come to learn that it only occurs on certain enemy types. Now, with this chapter, it's a bit hard because all the Ganados look basically the same, they're just the villagers, but it becomes more notable in chapter 3 when we start fighting the zealots and monks. They wear different coloured robes to signify their rank in their religion. So the lowest ones wear black robes, then you've got the elites that wear purple, then the zealot leaders which wear red. So the purple ones and the zealot leaders that wear red, they basically have a higher chance of spawning these parasites, okay? As opposed to the lesser ones that wear the black coloured robes. So you'll become familiar with them as you play through the game. They don't really pose that much of a threat. Well, in my opinion, they don't. However, if you are on low red health and get in close, they have a tendency to initiate an insta-kill move where they will swipe your head off and basically decapitate you instantly, okay? So if you're on low red health, do not go anywhere near these guys. Don't go anywhere near them anyway, but, especially if you're on low red health. Trust me. Just stand at a distance, pull out your bolt action rifle or semi-auto rifle and just snipe them. One shot, they will go down. If you've got a group of them, you may want to consider using a flashbang. So we're just progressing through this area now. It's just very simple puzzle-based combat. As you can see, I'm just shooting the chains off these boxes here, and that's just dropping the boxes into the water, and the current is taking them down towards my direction here and allowing me to jump over them and reach the other side there. Now there's a treasure here. Okay, I just saw it flashing there. I do shoot it in a minute. And on the topic of treasure, that has just reminded me, I did neglect to collect a treasure at the start of this chapter. Okay, there is one at the very start. I'll just shoot this one down, so here you go. This will be an amber ring here. Yeah. So there is also a treasure at the very start of this chapter, okay? If you get on your boat and drive it across the lake to the right, there will be a cave section there, and you drive the boat in there. There will also be a merchant, couple of barrels, a bit of loot, but the treasure there is the green gem. Okay, so I completely forgot about it in this video, and I'm just telling you guys, make sure you do go and collect that, okay? Because what I actually ended up doing was... Oh, I just noticed the spinel there. Yeah, what I ended up doing was I cleared this waterfall here, I went through this area as normal, made my way back to the El Gigante fight. However, I did not initiate the fight with him. I turned around and went through the door which leads to the swampy plank area. Okay, so I actually went back through that way, made my way back to where you get on the boat to start the Del Lago fight. You remember that wharf there? Well, the boat isn't there. So I went all the way back through, the plank area, through to the Del Lago section, and there was heaps of enemies, it was really tough. There was dogs which had parasites in them, and they really fucking shit me. I hate those enemies. Very, very cheap and annoying enemy. So, I went through a whole lot of fucking shit, and I get there and the boat's not even there. But once again, that was my fault, because if you remember, the boat is at the start of chapter 2-1, okay? Because after the Del Lago fight, we drive it across the lake to the start of chapter 2-1. So, yeah, I just completely forgot about it. So I went through all that shit and then realised, fuck, I have to go back. And I did end up going all the way back, back through here, the waterfall, and I did end up getting it. However, I'm not going to show it in this video because it'll take up way too much time. And trust me, you do not want to see me doing that, because it is just fucked. Okay, trust me on that one. Okay, so we've just shut the waterfall off now, and we're going to turn around and go back down here, jump over the boxes, and when we do, it's going to spawn a whole bunch of Ganados, okay? So here we go. There they are. Now, all I'm going to do is turn around, jump back on the boxes the way I came from, as you can see here, jump, jump, turn around, look at them, pull out the shotgun, and watch what happens. Straight in the water, okay? Wait for a few of them to bunch up. Okay, there we go. Just finish them off. There we go. So as you can see, you know, they just jump across onto the boxes there, and I just shot them in the water, killing them instantly. Now the downfall to doing this is that their items are not going to be collectible, okay? The items are lost in the water forever. Now in this situation I really didn't mind because I only used a few shotgun shells on them, so I didn't really use much ammo, so it didn't bother me too much. However, if you are a loot whore and you need to collect everything, which in some cases I am, but in this situation I don't really care, by all means do not fight them on the boxes, fight them on the normal plank area, okay? And that way you'll be able to collect their loot.
Obtained an object that resembles a cult group's insignia.
Wonderful, Leon. Head back to the church. Ashley's safety is our immediate priority.
Okay, so we've basically progressed through that area, and we'll make our way out of here now, as we have just picked up the insignia, which allows us to open the door to the church, which is where Ashley is, and we need to rescue her, okay? So we'll get out of here now. There's a boat here. Don't worry about these bats, they can't harm you, okay? You can actually shoot them, but they don't drop any loot, so don't bother wasting your ammo on them. Alright, so this boat takes us to a little shortcut back to where that merchant was in chapter 1-3, okay? There's those fish jumping around in the water again, and fucking hell, that shits me not being able to collect them. I have no idea how to do it. If you guys know, by all means, leave it in the comments field how to get those fish, because, you know, I can shoot the fish, that's fine. However, when I go to get on the boat, it initiates just a little driving sequence, and it just takes the shortcut, you know? I can't control the boat myself. So seeing those fish jump around there really pisses me off. Why would they do that to you? It would be like putting, you know, spinels and rocks on a cliff, and when you shoot them down, they land on the cliff which you can't even have access to. It's like, well, what the fuck's the point of that? Anyway, we'll continue on. I'm selling my shit here, as you can see. You know, I picked up quite a few treasures, so I just sold a lot of shit there. Tune up, see if I can tune up. Oh, yep, here we go. Firepower, capacity, beautiful. And that'll come in handy for the upcoming fight now. We're basically just about to fight El Gigante. You can save your game here if you want, by all means go ahead. I don't bother, because this is a walkthrough, so I just want to keep things moving at a comfortable pace. So up here, we'll have El Gigante. Now, I just tend to use the regular handgun on El Gigante in conjunction with maybe one flash grenade and a couple of normal, just regular grenades, because the regular grenades do very nice damage to him. Anyway, here's the cutscene, it's a really good one.
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Garra! ¡Usa los músculos! ¡Rápido! ¡Apúrense! ¡Por aquí! ¡Rápido! ¡Rápido! ¡Por aquí! ¡Por aquí! ¡Ay! ¡Se vuelve loco! ¡Mierda!
So here he is, El Gigante, or meaning the giant in Spanish. Not a very difficult boss to defeat once you know what's going on, as with all bosses anyway. But what I do here is I'm just running around the edge first, I'm collecting the herbs. There's that yellow herb. Now I'll explain what you can do with regards to that after I've killed this boss, but for now I will just focus on defeating him. That attaché case is pretty damn messy as well, but I will accept that for now and just deal with this guy. So as you can see, he's picked up a tree. We'll get a quick time event. There it was, left trigger plus right trigger to dodge. Just got to remember what your quick time buttons are, because there will be a few of these. So what I'm doing here is flashing him, that stuns him, and I'm just going to throw a normal hand grenade, very effective, and I'll just follow up with a couple of handgun shots, okay? Now here we go. What's going to happen is a parasite, there it is, it's coming out of his back. Now what you're going to do is run up to him. It'll trigger a quick time event where you mash a button to cut it with your knife, okay? You can shoot it with your pistol, shotgun, rifle, or throw a grenade at it, whatever. However, I strongly recommend that you just use the QuickTime Event knife to save ammo. So there's that dog.
It's that dog.
If you remember from chapter 1-1, we rescued it, okay? He's here to help us. Now, he's not going to do anything, he's not going to bite him, he's not going to damage the boss. He is merely just going to distract him for you so that El Gigante does not focus on you, and chase you down. So as you can see, he's walking over there, and he'll walk back over to the dog, see? So he's not even paying attention to me, which leaves him open to just me, plugging away at him with my handgun. Here I pull out my hand grenade as well. Hand grenades are very nice against him, they do a lot of damage. So as you can see, when he goes through that motion there, he gets on his knees, that means you can run up and trigger that quick time event. So here we go, mashing X like crazy, knifing the shit out of that thing, alright? And I believe one more time, and he should be good. So here we go, I'm just shooting him with the pistol. You can shoot him with the shotgun if you want. I'm not a fan of getting in close to him, because if he gets in close to you, he'll stomp you or punch you or do some other shit, okay? So I'm not a fan of getting in close to him, but if you want to do that, you can. So here he is, he's picked up the tree again. Yep, and there we go, he's gone into the stun animation. There's that parasite. I'm just going to run up to him, X to climb, and mashing X to cut it again, okay? Very, very simple once you know how he rolls. Not very difficult at all. So there he is, that's it. He's dead. Now be careful here, because it can sometimes trigger another quick time event where you've got to press a button to dodge. For me, I was standing at a fair distance away from him anyway, so I didn't need to do it. But if you are close to him, you will need to press a button or two to dodge that, okay? Otherwise he will flatten you and you will die. So he's really not that difficult to defeat once you know his movements and how he rolls, okay? There is a section, I believe, later on in chapter 4 where you've actually got to fight 2 of these guys at once. So this fight is nothing in comparison, okay? And we have the help of the dog as well. So, this fight is very, very simple once you know how it goes. So, as I mentioned at the start of the fight, you notice I picked up that yellow herb. Alright. Now I'm going to explain something that you can do here, which I didn't do, because I think it's pretty cheap, but if you're struggling on professional, you might want to utilize this method. Okay, so what you do is, you're going to want to start the fight with El Gigante, right? And you're going to run over to where the yellow herb was, you're going to combine it with whatever, a green, and use it, okay? Then what you do is, you let El Gigante kill you. Then you select continue. And when you continue, you will be at the start of El Gigante fight again. And there will be another yellow herb there. But what's the kicker is that the yellow herb you used previously, like when it extended your max health, it remains the same. So basically you can just keep extending your max health over and over and over until you have the maximum health that you can obtain. So basically by doing that, what it's going to allow you to do is have maximum health in chapter 2-1, whereas it would normally have taken to like chapter 4-something to get the max health. So by all means, if you want to do that, go ahead. I find it cheap personally, and I don't like doing that sort of shit. So, and I don't need to, I'm comfortable enough with this game. Oh, there's these fucking dogs, I hate these things, okay? They can spawn parasites. I don't think they did then, but yeah, I actually remember doing this part, and one of the dogs spawned a parasite and it killed me, and fucking hell, it pissed me off. So this section was redone, but I edited out that death, yeah. So those nests have respawned now. You can reshoot them down. Okay. Now I probably could have gone back down the graveyard there. Where am I going? There's nothing over here. It's just a puzzle. Jesus Christ, turn around. Yeah, so I could have gone down into the graveyard section there and shot a couple more birds' nests that were there, but I don't know why I didn't do it. Probably just forgot about it, but yeah, make sure you do that, because at the start of the next chapter as well, we'll be coming back through this graveyard section, and they will once again respawn again, I believe. So you want to try and get as much items as you can, especially grenade type items, because they are very, very useful items to find in those nests. And there's a flash grenade there, beautiful. So we're in the church now, and this is actually pretty much the end of the chapter. This is where we rescue Ashley, and we're going to have her following us around everywhere now. Yeah, it's not that bad though. You know, you'd think it would be like a babysit type mission, but she doesn't get in the way too often. You know, you can command her to wait. So I like to just have her waiting while I go and clear the enemies out, and then I can call her again and shit like that. And you know, if you aim down the sights and she's in front of you in the way, she'll duck. So really not that bad. And just on the topic of Ashley, this has sort of reminded me of a classic quote, I believe, from the end of chapter 3-1. You actually lose Ashley again at some point. She gets abducted again, and you've got to go rescue her again and all that sort of shit. And as she gets abducted, you know, she's taken away. Leon cutscene, and Leon screams out, "Ashley, don't worry, I'm coming for you." You know, which is just fucking terrible. It's just, that's fucked. But yeah, there's a few of those sort of lines in this game, and like I mentioned in the very first video, you know, Shinji Mikami and Suda51 made Shadows of the Dam. That game is practically full of just dick jokes and all that sort of shit. So anyway, here's a puzzle, and it's a very simple puzzle, okay? You saw 3 beams of light, red, blue and green, and we have to turn each one of these coloured plates, the red, the blue and the green, okay? And we have to match it so that when we combine all 3 together on top of each other, it will look like the top middle symbol, okay? So as you can see, I'm just turning the blue one now, and that looks about right, because if you look in the top middle one, you know, each sort of section lines up, is equivalent. So there you go. It's a pretty easy puzzle once you get the hang of it and know what's going on. It's very, very simple. So that's it now. The doors are opened. We'll make our way in here, and there should be a cutscene, I believe.
Ashley!
Don't come!
Take it
Don't
easy.
come!
No! Get away!
Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
What? My father?
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me. It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
Good work, Leon. I'll send a chopper over right away.
Where's the extraction point?
There's another trail that you can take to get out of the village. The chopper will pick you up beyond there.
Got it. I'm on my way.
You gotta love the quotes in this game, the dialogue. It's just classic. It's fantastic. So anyway, here's a little manual telling you, you know, how commands that we can issue Ashley. Basically the wait or follow command. Very simple, you know, you can just either make her wait or have her follow. You know, she's following me at this stage. Ooh, that's... How am I going to fit that handgun ammo in there? Can I do it? Oh yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just knifing these boxes. Now, on a previous run through of Pro, you know, I just did a test run before I was doing this walkthrough, and I did knife a box, or barrel, sorry, and she got in the way, and I knifed her and she died. I have no idea how. Maybe it was just I just combined a green and green then. What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. 2 green herbs. Wow, I've absolutely outdone myself. Not 3 green herbs to create a full healing item, but 2 green herbs. Yeah. As you know, I hate having to combine green and greens, so I have no idea why I voluntarily just did that. But anyway, here's a cutscene.
Who are you?
If you must know, my name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community.
What do you want?
To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So, we kidnap the president's daughter in order to give her our power. And then send her back.
No. They shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a party when she returns home to her loving father. But before that, I thought I might bargain with the president for some donation. Believe it or not, it takes quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running.
Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler.
Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift.
When I was unconscious.
Oh, I truly hope you like our small but special contributions. When the eggs hatch, you will become my puppets. Involuntarily, you'll do as I say. I'll have total control over your minds. Don't you think this is a revolutionary way to promulgate one's faith?
Sounds more like an alien invasion if you ask me. You okay?
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
Don't worry. We got into this mess. We can get out of it.
Okay, and that is Chapter 2-1 complete. We will, as usual, save it, and I will see you in the next video for Chapter 2-2. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this commentary.